Well, that was an interesting episode last week with Jesus Serna. I thoroughly enjoyed his drawings, especially the colors and some that looked like monsters.
Oh, I love that monster.
Yeah, it was...
I think it could become a character somewhere.
Yeah, I wonder if we should ask him to create some 3 monsters based on us and Mr. Producer.
Well, that might be kind of easy with YouTube.
Anyways, tonight we're going to enjoy some more time with Jesus Serna.
Welcome to the third chair. Peter's back with the same shirt.
Everybody has the same clothes.
I don't think Doug was wearing that last week. I'll have to check the tapes.
Yeah, we're going to have to check
official referee
I just
review.
put on the first thing I found. I don't know.
Well, and Jesus has been down in this basement when we were sliding in sandwiches every day for a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what was your favorite sandwich?
Yeah.
Ham sandwich.
Ham
sandwich. You got tattoos, Jesus.
Yeah, I got a couple. Most of them are over down here on my leg.
So about how many do you have?
Like 14 now.
14?
Oh, they're expensive.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, my daughter's got a bunch of them.
My daughter too. So do you, because I noticed you last week in the show you said you like color, but I noticed the 2 on your hand are black and white.
The ones on, I have like one on my chest. I just have like numbers on my hands, but the only colored ones are right here. It's just like traditional style art. This is like the color. I just don't know what to put color wise on my arms yet, but I do want more color for sure.
You know, maybe... Yeah,
color's a little more expensive too.
Oh yeah, extra price for that.
Yeah. My daughter says she's going to repay me for the $5,000 worth of tattoo money I've given her.
Oh.
She repays you with love and you get to hang out with your grandson.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Dad, if you give me $100 in previous tattoo money, you can babysit my...
Yeah, exactly.
She's a pretty smart businesswoman, I think.
Yeah, she is. She is. Takes after her mother. Ooh, excuse me.
Wake up, Peter.
I didn't sleep well last night.
We're back to work.
Too many sandwiches?
For dinner, yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about artist community.
Sure.
Now, we talked on this show a lot of different people, mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have mentors for your art? Like people who advise you and what to do or something?
I do not. I'm pretty solo dolo when it comes to like my art.
Solo dolo.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a rhyme. It's not a crime.
Just
poet and he didn't know it. Yeah.
Kind of like a lone wolf kind of thing. Even though I don't like saying that, but yeah.
So how do you find out like art shows and things like that?
I'll like have some friends on like Instagram or whatever shoot me a message like, hey, check this out, it's in your area and stuff like that. Or I'll actually like look up or, like on Google like shows near me and stuff. I've actually just been showing my stuff to the public like in shows or stuff like that the past year. I haven't been doing that part of the art business for that long, but I do want to get better at going out there and showing it in person as opposed to social media.
Now, because I saw you at an art show and you had a table there full of good stuff. I mean, do you feel comfortable selling to the public when you do this?
Yeah, I did feel pretty comfortable. Even like the first time, which was last year, I think it was like July, like my first time showing art, and it wasn't as nerve-wracking as I thought. For some reason, it's always like you get nervous for things, even like this interview, and then you realize, oh, it's not that bad. Mm-hmm. It's more like your mind just kind of makes you afraid for no reason. One of those like human instinct things, I think.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
When you have a table like that, what is your goal? I mean, how much do you want to sell, or?
I mean, I guess I go in with it's like I want to sell everything, but I don't have like any plans. I'm just like, I just want to show people the stuff. I guess now, I guess that would be better though, to be a little bit more, have a plan when going in there.
You want enough at least to pay for your table, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and dinner.
Yeah. Yep. Well, how long are you usually out there? Because you were out there for a while.
Yeah, that was
on that show.
I think that was like 6 hours.
So you had to get a lunch or a dinner.
Yeah, I ate some of the food there. I think they had like Korean food or something.
They had
At, like, the
Filipino.
truck. Yeah, Filipino. That's what it was.
Yeah, limpia. Did you have some of the limpia?
I don't know what it was. It was like some sweet chicken, but it was really good.
Well, it probably was in the meal somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife loves Olympia, so when we saw the show, we had some Olympia.
Beautiful, beautiful. Have you ever had a show in a gallery?
Yeah, actually at that Cottonwood Center, the one where they had that show, the art market, I had one painting in there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was like the first time having in a gallery. I want to do more of that, but I have to paint more.
Mm. Do you have enough original work that you could like fill like Pike's Perk or some small gallery with enough pieces?
Yeah, I have enough. They're just kind of all over the place. Where if I did something like that, I would want them all to have like some sort of theme.
Yeah.
Instead of just like a bunch of random stuff, because that's like my living room is literally just like an art gallery for my stuff. Because I just have every single wall just like filled with my paintings.
Couldn't a uniting theme be like chaos or random?
I come up with a title for it that would
Yeah.
put everything in one box for sure.
Chaotically random or randomly chaotic.
Yeah, there might be a name for a piece.
Yeah.
Chaos of the soul.
Chaos of the soul.
Wow, I'm hot tonight.
Yeah, you are. All right. You know, we ought to have you like film you live doing a stickman with a paintbrush.
That's about all I could do.
That's about all I can do.
I mean, I used to, one thing I could draw okay was dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Dogs.
Yeah.
I'm not good at drawing dogs.
Well, they had to be sitting down, the dogs, because I could draw them sitting down. I figured out a technique to do that. That was technique.
We find out about your hidden talents all the time, Doug.
I haven't done that in 50 years, so. So when you do a table like that, do you just pick out samples from because you like to do different types of art, correct?
Yeah.
And do you just pick out samples from the different types of art?
Yeah, I was like, I want to include a couple prints. I want to have like a different kind of like price ranges if people don't want to spend like more than this or that. So I'll have like stickers, I'll have prints, which are usually less than the originals. So I like to have a little bit of everything for everyone who wants to get something at those events.
So you make stickers?
Yeah.
And then is that pretty cheap to make? And then
I usually get a bunch of like sheets printed from like websites and stuff. I don't like print them at home. That probably would be more cost effective. I just don't have money to buy like all the equipment I wish I could afford, but yeah.
Okay. And then so those are probably low profit margin.
Yeah.
Then,
but I like how they look and stuff. I like to photobomb stuff too, so I'll just grab my own stickers and photobomb or sticker bomb stuff.
Sticker bomb, is that like where you put a bunch of stickers on something?
Yep.
So on your table, what other kinds of art besides stickers that you would have, and the tennis shoes?
Okay, so I had prints. I also had some clay models, which actually sold surprisingly. I did not go in with like the idea that any of those I made like little clay monster figurines. I had like 6, and 3 of them sold, which was like a shock. So I thought
were they little kids or were
no. One lady was like a collector. She's like, I want this for like a collection. She's like gonna put it in like something that has like slots, and like the monster was gonna go in one of the slots, and it was gonna be like preserved or something. I don't know what she was gonna do with it.
Wow.
But, so I thought that was cool. Then the other one, she was just like, oh, I like these little monsters. I want to support you. So she bought 2 of them.
So is this like clay that you bake in a kiln?
No, this was just like the air dry one. That was like the first time messing around with clay. I did buy some more because I saw that. I was like, oh, people like these and they're kind of fun to make. So I have some right now at home. And I actually made a clay monster the other day. It's drying right now.
Oh, wow.
I would think clay monsters would be good sellers.
I would think so. Do you paint them afterwards?
Yeah. I paint them and like a little varnish or glaze on them to give them a little shine.
Yeah. You know, maybe should be a project. We should get some 3 figurines for the people at the 3rd chair.
Oh yeah, like bobbleheads, like bobbleheads.
Like bobbleheads, or something.
Peter and Doug bobbleheads.
The merch
Sometimes we are like this, yeah.
Well, when Peter's yawning over there, he looks a little bit like a bobblehead.
Yeah, I feel like a bobblehead. Pardon me.
when you come back, can you tell us on your site how do you promote your works, and then also the next question will be, when you're out there, how do you promote your works when you're at an art show?
For sure.
How are you walking the dusty path or the street, beat the street? I'm looking for the right term and I'm not finding it. I'm going to shut up.
Peter's searching for that term. We'll have a break. Welcome back, Peter.
Ugh.
You're almost dreaming your ticket out.
And he's still looking for those words. He's looking under the desk.
Yeah, did you find them words?
Yeah, I'm
Before you
having
yawn.
trouble. Like when you work hard and you grind, there's a word for something you do in the street.
Persistence.
Persistence. No, but it's like when you
Nose to the grindstone.
Yeah, there's nose to the grind. It's that, but it talks about like walking a beat or a tough path. There's a cliche.
Welcome to the third chair thesaurus.
Yeah, I can't think of the. It's a really common platitude too.
He'll remember it 2 hours after we're done with the show.
Yeah, and I'll email you all. Yeah.
So because you're on the internet a lot, and you told us your advertisement. How do you make yourself? Because there's a lot of artists.
Oh yeah.
And how do you try to capture the audience so that they would want to see your work and maybe want to buy your work? Or
Okay, so mainly the main way I do it is Instagram. I'll just take a picture, post it on the internet, and then I'll put a link to the website, or I'll do shorts, like the Instagram shorts on like short videos, and then I'll do YouTube. So it's mainly just like creating content, promoting the art, and then I have like business cards that have like a QR code for when I'm out in events that lead to the website.
oh, okay.
But
So you let the art kind of speak for
Yeah.
itself.
I do kind of want to change it up a little bit and try to incorporate other forms of doing it, like I don't know, just doing something silly when showing the artwork or something, because that's like what the internet really gravitates towards, is just like nonsense and stuff.
That's
So-
just why cat stuff was.
yeah, exactly. See, maybe I need a cat just to promote my art. That's what I need.
So do you have a formal social marketing strategy?
I don't. That's like the bad thing. I do need like some sort of strategy and like keep track of like how much I spend or how much I make and stuff. I'm just not very good at the business side of art. My mind's more just like create and then just put it in front of people and then they'll buy.
Now I think we talked in our pre-production about, do you do lessons on your site? Or
I don't. It would be cool
what do
to
you-
eventually.
No, he had some YouTube videos on like draw with me
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Okay,
Yeah, so-
what does that consist of?
Usually if I want to record the process of a canvas from start to finish, I'll record that. Or draw with me is just, I'll just draw and then after I record it and then crunch up the video, I'll just like narrate, talk about just like whatever.
What
And,
you're drawing and what you're trying to
Yeah,
do?
like what I'm thinking about and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I do like some tutorials. I'm not really good at explaining how I do art because it's just kind of one of those things that just kind of happens. And it's kind of hard to explain something that you don't really know how you do it. I guess you can like say, oh, I do this by incorporating these colors or this technique, but for me, it's kind of hard to teach it.
You know, there's a sports analogy there. because some really good players have a hard time actually coaching somebody else. And a lot
because they do it naturally.
They do it naturally, where
if you do it, probably the best players do a lot of stuff without thinking.
Yeah, and whereas it's the people that really struggle to make that level of competition, that they've really broken it down and worked on each part and
so
in a more formal way.
Yeah, some of the sports players do things without thinking in the bar after the game.
Yeah.
Well, some people do get help in the weight room.
Thinking and drinking.
Thinking and drinking.
And DUIs.
So do you ever make a YouTube video and it's one of those 85% you don't like it and you said, I have no idea what to do with this.
Oh yeah,
make it suspenseful.
Like the videos, it's been a while since I made a video, but that process just takes so long, and I would rather just make the art and have somebody like record me and do all that stuff while I'm creating. I don't know. I don't really like the production side of it as much as I wish I did.
So do you just have like a friend record you on your camera or something like that?
No, I just have like a tripod and I set up everything. I upload everything.
All right, so you just do a fancy selfie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so you incorporate some social media.
Yeah.
Do you do any kind of like seeking out galleries? I know you mentioned you had one show in. Do you? Is that sort of a strategy where you say, okay, I'm going to try and contact a certain number of gallery owners to make a pitch and see if they want to take some of my work?
Yeah, if I visit the gallery and I think my art would fit, then I would reach out to them. But I'm just so new into getting my art into the gallery that's kind of like the approach I'm thinking I would do, is just reach out to a gallery where I think I see best fit.
Now, I mean, you're not exactly old, and
especially compared to us.
Yeah, that's right. But like, tell me something like that you've learned about being an artist that I don't want to say has surprised you, but something that is major that you didn't realize, say, even a year ago. Has there been an epiphany of something that's like, wow, I didn't realize X, Y, or Z?
Yeah, with painting, really. I just started painting maybe 3 years ago, and I honestly didn't think I'd get to the level I'm at today. I don't think I'm like the greatest, but I definitely am better than when I first started.
So you're surprised at your progress?
Yeah, you can see it
too with your paintings.
Thank you.
Yeah, and do you think there is sort of a myth or something that people misunderstand about being an artist that they get really wrong?
That you have to be good at drawing. I don't think you have to be good at drawing to draw. I feel like as long as you pick up a pencil or a pen and scribble on a piece of paper, that could be art. I could see art in that, so I think that can classify you as an artist.
Would Picasso agree with you?
I don't know.
Hey, that means Doug Stuff's art.
Yeah.
Oh man, Doug Stuff
We'll be famous. We'll have all my scripts for sale with all the artwork in the margins.
You should put that next to Donna's stuff, like some of your drawings of.
I would say she's not abstract or as abstract as me.
Yeah, boy, I think so. Do you talk a lot about your art?
I don't. I'm really reserved about it. It's not that I don't want to talk about it. I just rather the conversation come up about it instead of like at work and stuff. I don't like to go out to people, hey, I'm an artist. Do you want some art or something? It's more if people start talking about art, I'm like, oh, I do art too. I don't really push it to people like that unless it's like at an event and stuff like that.
I've just noticed that several artists actually, they're not shy about being an artist, but they don't like to talk about their own artwork very much. And I don't know if it's a humility or what, but they just like don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I'll talk about it if someone wants to know how I came up with like the process and stuff like we did with other pieces. But but yeah, sometimes the reason I don't is because sometimes I can't explain 100% what went on in my mind while I was creating that. So I'm just gonna say a bunch of gibberish when I try to explain it to you.
I was tired and trying to finish.
Yeah. And do you like to listen to any certain kind of music when you're?
I listen to so much different kinds of music. One day I'll listen to like rap. One day I'll listen to like Brazilian jazz, and one day I'll listen to like old like regional Mexican music, like the stuff my parents grew up on. And sometimes I'll listen to rock. And then sometimes I listen to podcasts, and it really depends on what I feel like listening to.
Do you ever like listen to Pink Floyd?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'll do like the dark side of the moon. Yeah.
Led Zeppelin, yeah.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. And of course, you like to wrap up by 9:30.
Yep.
Do you? You mentioned in pre-production that sometimes you've worked some jobs like at Chipotle. Is there inspiration at Chipotle?
Honestly, yeah, I can get inspiration from a lot of things. I guess just if you have that artistic eye, you can look at anything with a creative lens. Then you can take inspiration from anything.
So if someone says,
Some burritos look awfully pretty.
Yeah.
I'll paint a big burrito on canvas.
I only want half a scoop of black beans. You know, there can be a moment.
Yeah, exactly. You look at that spoon of beans and like something about it just like inspired me to create like the way like the beans glisten in the light or something. Something like really weird and random.
Sure, yeah, I know what the beans create in me, but that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, you go into that discussion and go to a break right now.
Yeah, thank goodness. Yeah.
Because we're full of gas.
Yeah. Hi, Peter and Doug here from the Third Chair. We're looking for a win-win situation. We want to keep these videos put up on a weekly basis, and we want to help you succeed with your business adventure.
And we've brought up as a show a lot of important issues that people are interested in, and we brought up a lot of local actors and artists and bringing them forward, which helps them as well as our audience members in finding some of these things.
So there is an email on the screen. Send us a note if you're interested in knowing about some of our sponsorship packages.
Welcome back to the Third Chair. Peter's here, wide awake. We gave him 40 cups of coffee between break. And Jesus, our guest.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Here. So, Jesus, tell us where you grew up.
I grew up in Illinois, in Westmont, this little village, like 40 minutes west of Chicago.
About how big is it?
I want to say last time I checked, I think the population was only like 12,000, if I can. I don't think
so
that's
it's a little...
Yeah, that's really small. And then my family's from Mexico, which is a little village called Caracol. And there's only literally like 200 people in that village, so I come from like really small little area.
So are most of you related, or were most of you related, or...
In that little village, yeah. Yep.
So what inspired your parents to come to the United States than to come to Illinois?
My parents came out here a long time ago. I want to say 90s or whatever, and just needed work. And so I was born out here, so I was always influenced by stuff out here in America more than in Mexico. I mean, I'll incorporate some of like my heritage stuff into my art, but it's really American influenced.
So, did you grow up speaking Spanish?
Yeah, that's my first language, actually.
Really? It's your first language?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've actually learned English from watching cartoons and stuff like that. And school, but mainly cartoons.
Oh, that is so crazy.
So did you tell jokes by accident when you went to school, when you're learning English?
Probably, I'm sure. But I think I kind of knew most of English by like kindergarten and stuff. I watched a lot of TV growing up.
Okay.
Wow, that's impressive. Do you speak any other languages?
I'm trying to learn, Portuguese, which is kind of like Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not as difficult as if I was to learn like Chinese or something like that.
Yeah, Chinese, Arabic are really tough.
That's
But
too difficult.
So are you good with languages, or are you picking up Portuguese?
Yeah, I'm picking it up a little bit. I'm using this app on my phone to mainly learn it. but I do want to get some real world.
Are you using like Babbel or?
It's Duolingo, the little owl thing.
Duolingo. Yeah. I've got a
Yeah.
friend learning Japanese with that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you'd mentioned that you study or you liked Brazilian jazz music.
Yeah,
Don't
bossa
they-
nova.
Yeah, but don't they speak Portuguese in Brazil?
Yeah, that's why. That's
Yeah.
like what I always wanted to go to Brazil for some reason. That's
So
like
it's-
the one part of South America, like the one part that I wanted to visit, and I figured, well, a lot of Latin America they already speak Spanish, and Brazil is like the only one that kind of speaks
Yeah.
mainly Portuguese, and I want to learn it. It'd be kind of cool. Plus, the more languages, cool. It's nothing bad to learn
Yeah,
third
absolutely.
language.
Oh, absolutely. I really like Brazilian restaurants where you have the little flag and you put it up and the
oh, you
man
get
runs
they
over,
bring by
cuts
more meat.
me. Yeah,
Do they still have that one in town here?
I think so.
Yeah, that's still over off Powerswood. You gotta
Oh, yeah,
save up a
you-
little bit for that one.
I'll have to
It's a
check
little
that
bit
one out.
pricey.
Yeah, it's pricey, but I mean, they constantly bring you food.
Yeah, and a never-ending supply of pineapple.
Yeah, the pineapple. Yeah, they bring pineapple, and their pineapple is really good.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
producer loves pineapple.
Pineapple's good.
Yeah.
I despise pineapple.
I don't like it on pizza.
I don't.
Oh, I
either.
love pineapple on pizza.
See, I don't like it.
Very
on pizza.
Canadian.
I love pineapple,
Yeah.
but I don't love it on pizza.
With very expensive
Yeah,
Canadian bacon.
Canada's Falls.
Yeah, they had that
Yes.
Canadian bacon pineapple pizza. I
Yeah.
think that came from Canada.
Yeah.
That's where it came from?
And
Well, you
Canadian
know
bacon
what?
is just ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
a
way
little
more
s-
expensive because it's called something else.
It has a little different flavor.
Yeah, if you close your eyes and dream,
Close your
yeah, you can maybe taste something
See,
different.
I like
Canada.
Canadian bacon on pizza.
Yeah. Well, you had said that from the time you're like a little tiny kid, you remember drawing.
Yeah.
Did your parents like tell you stories of you drawing on the wall in crayons? And
Oh no, they would have yelled at me. They did at one point. They did let me draw whenever we repainted the rooms or whatever. They would let me do that, but yeah, I would just spend so much time either on the TV or just drawing on notebook paper.
So you were destined for this whole artist thing
Yeah,
from the time you were little.
I think so. My parents are not creative at all, which is also weird because they don't do a single thing like any creative. They never drew anything, and like I draw. My sister isn't really creative. Like she'll paint here and there, but my brother he does music production. So it's like we're the two like main creators in our little family.
Sure.
So are your brother and sister? Are they still in Illinois, or are they?
My brother's here with me. I live with him, and then my other family's out in Illinois. Majority is in Illinois, then the other half that I don't really see is all in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So is your brother older than you, or?
he's younger. He's younger
Okay.
by 3 years old.
Wow. And was there ever a time when your parents were saying, "Hey, Zeus, we want you to become an accountant"?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right out of like during high school and out of high school, they were always like, "Oh, you gotta get a normal job and you gotta go to school to be set with your job or whatever." And I just never wanted the traditional job route and stuff. I always wanted to be an artist, even if it meant taking the road less traveled.
Oh, sure. The Road Less Traveled. There's a
So,
book.
so, and then, why did you pick Colorado Springs?
So the Springs was actually pretty random. I knew I wanted to come out here to Colorado. My brother wanted to too. I think he kind of just came along because he just wanted to get out of my parents' place too. Because we just didn't have enough space for what we were doing. We wanted like our own little studio and stuff.
Sure,
There just
sure.
wasn't enough room with that. But we were just like, okay, first we might do Aurora because that seemed affordable. But it made sense just to come out here to the Springs because we couldn't afford Denver at the time. And I actually really like the Springs. I like all the mountains and how close hiking is and stuff.
Sure. Do you like to do some hiking?
Yeah.
Do you ever like spend time in nature to get inspiration?
Yeah, sometimes I'll go just to walk, just to get inspiration, because I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like, I can't think of anything or nothing is inspiring me on the computer or even like references. So I'll take a walk.
Do
I'll
you
listen
take
to-
your sketchbook with you?
I don't. I need to get better at that though. Just like having a sketchbook while I'm out there, just sit down somewhere and draw.
There's so many interesting animals that you could run into.
Yeah, true.
Just imagine yourself hiking in the mountains and running into like a black bear or
God.
a mountain lion. That would have to like inspire some really interesting characters.
Oh yeah, hands scared the crap out of me too. Yeah.
I don't think
running.
I don't think I would want
someone
I don't care
slower with you.
how much they would inspire me. All I could think of is how to get away from them.
Well, have you ever seen the shows where they'll put people in the special protective cage, and then they'll put the cage with a grizzly bear or a polar bear, and the
Like right outside of it.
and the thing's smacking the cage around, trying to get to eat them, and
So how much you get paid for that? Because I'd want a lot of money for it.
I think they pay to do it.
Yeah, I think they pay to do it.
Well,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that, but I'm
No.
up for a shark cage and a great white shark in the water.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's
I
cool.
do.
He
I-
always wants
I
us to
think that'd
film
be-
snakes, and Doug and I said we will film
Yeah,
that with
I-
a telephoto lens.
I love venomous snakes in particular.
They look cool.
They not only they look cool, but they also, I like to study there's a lot of medicines that have been derived from snake venoms. And so I love studying that as well.
That's one of the animals I like to draw a lot. Snakes. They're not as complicated as dogs and eagles and stuff like that. So.
Have you drawn Medusa with the snakes coming out?
I drew a couple of Medusas in the sketchbook for sure.
Yeah, I would love to see a really great, of a rattlesnake, the rattle going, and maybe you could draw sort of the idea of a sensation of motion and rattling, and then the thing coiled up and its big fangs out. It'd be awesome.
And then the milk coming off.
And the what coming off?
The milk.
Oh, the venom,
Venom going.
Yeah, dripping.
Because sometimes they milk those, don't they?
Oh yeah, they make any venom. Yeah,
I wouldn't want that job.
Yeah, they take the venom and they inject them into horses.
I
And the
remember going
horses
to
get a reaction and they make antibodies.
Oh.
And then they harvest those antibodies to give to people if they're bitten.
I remember going to a show and they had this one, and he's carried it through the audience, and the snakes, you could see the venom coming out of it. It was like, hey, man.
Keep that away from me.
Keep that
I think I'll move a little ways away from it. And in the next segment, we're going to look at some pictures.
Some more
that
pictures of
Jesus
your
has done.
artwork.
Sweet.
All right, when we're back.
Welcome to the third chair.
That was really subtle.
Peter's going to ask all the questions, but he pointed it to me to welcome everybody. Welcome, audience. Welcome, Jesus. And I guess I got to welcome Peter.
That's right, yeah.
Otherwise, we'd ask no
Yeah, we have
questions
to
this
do that.
segment. Otherwise, we have no questions this segment.
Oh my goodness,
Except
yeah.
what I
Well,
make up.
there's always questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're at this time looking at some more of Jesus' artwork. And I can't help but we're looking at this one called Doomsday, original MF Doom. Now, is this like Mr. Doom from the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, that's actually so MF Doom is actually a rapper. He passed away a couple years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah, his whole image was based off that villain.
Off that villain
Isn't
from
it Doctor Doom?
Yeah, you know better than I. But I remember that mask and the hands, and it just looked like the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Particularly the 1960s version of the cartoon.
Yeah, he could be part of our lunch group because he's a doctor. I'm the only non-doctor. I don't know why. Why did that be in the group?
Yeah, you're honorary. Yeah, and so special colors on this. It seems like you may have. No, you didn't violate your rule of separating the colors, but you got the kind of the green go all the way around his head.
Yeah, so he's kind of like known in like his he's like always wearing like a green hoodie.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I'm gonna throw in the green hoodie and like this just like I just wanted to do something that kind of looks like the art he does for his like shows or his album artwork. So that was basically inspiration from him. He's like,
it's got a little bit of a feel of the Green Goblin too from
yeah,
Spider-Man.
a little bit, yeah.
The mask and the green and whatnot, and then hands on the globe.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a statement about like taking over the world with my music?
A little bit, yeah. That's basically what he wanted to do. He was the greatest rap villain.
The greatest rap villain.
Yep.
And what's that in the bottom right in gold?
That's just like his tag, MF Doom. It's like a little logo for his albums and stuff, for his name.
And so, if you draw something like this, do you have any kind of copyright problems or intellectual property infringement?
As far as I know, no. I'm kind of like
Because you're changing it enough.
Yeah, I'm changing it enough, and I don't really know too much about like the whole copyright thing. I feel like if I ever get big enough, I'll deal with that. But for now,
Sure.
I think it's just since it's just like little paintings and commissions that aren't that much, it shouldn't be a big.
Yeah, and like who's gonna ever find out that you do that? You know,
Yeah.
except for anyone that watches the show.
They really want to take my money or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this next one I found fascinating. Not only the colors but the content. What is it? This is called Interpolated.
Interpolated, yeah. This was actually, I did this one like 2 months ago. I wanted to do a graphic design of just like a bunch of random stuff on top of like a tie-dye looking background. So that was kind of like the idea. I made the background look like that with the program that I use. It's a Clip Studio Paint, and then kind of just threw on these doodles that I first sketched out on a notebook, and then I just redraw them with the graphic tablet and then put that on top. So it's a lot of like layering to create something like this.
Any special?
Looks like a character that could be with the monster from the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any special message or meaning with this?
Not really. There are some 90s cartoons in there, and then I do throw in my own little unique characters that aren't like pop culture and stuff, so that's why I called it Interpolated. It's like taking stuff that's known and then adding things that aren't known on top of it, so it kind of changes it up and makes you look at it and be like, is that something that's popular, or did he just like make it up?
You know, I could see that design being on a coffee mug for drinking your coffee in the morning, or even a T-shirt.
Yeah,
A white
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
For sure.
Yeah, that would work. Some interesting colors, and you've got pink and yellow or gold in there quite a bit. It seems like from here, although I don't have my glasses on. Were you trying to do a different? It almost has a little bit of a tropical feel.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know, I'm looking for the drink with the little umbrella and
Pina colada.
and a skewered piece of pineapple that sits in the drink.
I guess
Or sherbet ice cream.
Sherbet
that
ice
sounds
cream.
good. I've actually been craving that like the past couple days.
Sherbet ice cream.
Yeah. So for this one, just the background, the colors are usually, I pick them out. This one I just wanted to do just the basic colors. I did red, yellow, and green, and kind of just used a specific brush that kind of makes it look like you airbrushed it. So it kind of gives it that tie-dye look. and then I just grabbed the colors, just like took like an eyedropper tool on the program, and then incorporated those colors that I use as the background as like the solid colors that you see up front. So it's like that green is like that same green that's in the tie-dye.
So before you put the colors in, did you outline all the characters in that, or was there a time of adding colors and then like adding some more cartoons?
Yeah, I usually add all the cartoons first, then after that I'll add the color on top.
Is that the way most of the time it's done?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you'd want your lines, your outlines at least set.
Yeah, definitely.
And what material is that on?
This one's actually printed on a canvas, so it's kind of like the glass print that we were talking about in the other episode, but it's just printed on canvas.
So it's printed like from a digital image?
Yeah, this is like digital. Yeah.
So you create the digital image, and then that could be put on metal or glass or...
Yeah, this could even go on a t-shirt too, yeah.
Yeah,
and a mug.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And when you do something like that one in particular, does that lead in your mind to like sequels? Do you do something like that? See, now I could see a different variation of even these same cartoon pieces,
definitely,
but maybe rearranged different or colored different.
Yeah, it'll usually be like I want to do something that uses completely different colors, or maybe one specific drawing will motivate me to maybe follow that certain theme or something in the next one, or I'll use the same colors in the next one. But yeah, sometimes a piece like this will give me an idea for the next one, or be like, what did I think was cool in this one, or what did I not like as much, and I incorporate it to the next one.
Do you, it seems like, well, no, that's not true. Have you done anything that's sort of along the lines of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of drawing like an animal with weapons, doing kung fu?
I have drawn a couple of those. Yeah,
I suspected so.
Yeah, I do. I don't really draw a lot of full body like characters unless I'm doing like some anatomy practice on like a notebook or whatever. But a lot of my final pieces is really just like a combination of a bunch of things. Maybe it'll be like one random arm over here and then like a random leg over there, not even connected, and just like a face floating, kind of like this, but you know, I don't do a lot of full body characters.
What about with the idea of like sharks or megalodons or orcas? Have you put those together, or that sort of idea, sort of the underwater vicious players, or scary animals or whatever that?
Yeah, if I want to follow a certain theme, I mean, I've drawn sharks and stuff like that before, but if I have like a piece where it's like, oh, I'm only going to draw sea animals, and I'll do that. But yeah, I haven't really done final pieces like this where it's just like sea animals, so that'd be a pretty good idea to do.
Yeah, I mean, I could see something really cool, like with a big electric eel.
Yeah.
You know, giving off the electricity and maybe shocking the newly surprised scuba diver.
See, from like that, I would think to create something like that for a piece like this, I would take different hues of blue and then just draw a bunch of sea animals on top of it and see how that would come out.
Sure. Well, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, Doug will pose the final question for the night.
I thought of it too.
And that's good.
It is always good to think of it first if you can.
Okay, when we come right back. Hi, I'm Peter from Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching, and as you know, I do help people with drug and alcohol recovery issues. I love to help people get better, but I also offer a variety of other services, including regular life coaching services. I've helped several people write and finish a book. I've helped a doctor that was in medical school graduate and then get into a residency. And I also actually have quite a background in mathematics, and I do some math tutoring for the GED as well as the ASVAB for those that are thinking about a career in the military. So my contact information is on the screen. please send me an email or a text, and we can talk about some of these services and how I can help. That's Peter Grigg at Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching.
Welcome back to the third chair. Peter's still here, trying to stay awake.
At least,
He only has a few more
maybe
minutes.
not all here.
I'm not all here. I'm not all here.
And Jesus is here, wide awake and ready to go.
Oh yeah.
And I thought of this question during the last segment. You mentioned quite a bit about you like 90s cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
What cartoon would you get most excited about if the studio came out and said, we're going to go a full feature film, we're going to do it all the way with ratings?
I knew the character as soon as you said that, SpongeBob. SpongeBob will always be my favorite cartoon ever.
SpongeBob, he lives in a pineapple.
Yeah, we were talking about pineapples.
We didn't say he's a normal sponge.
Yeah.
Well,
So
SpongeBob. That's a
My
great
daughter
show.
has his house tattooed on her foot.
Okay, yeah, I want a SpongeBob tattoo eventually. Actually, I did a Doodle Bob tattoo on myself, actually. It's right over here.
Oh, there
wow.
you go. Yep, there he is.
I mean, who would have predicted that SpongeBob would have gone as big as it did?
Yeah, it's like the second Mickey Mouse. Better though.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
he was a
massive,
leader.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I imagine it's the whole idea is the company's worth billions.
My daughter's a bit younger, but we used to sit and watch SpongeBob, and she would laugh at her jokes, and I would laugh at the adult jokes. I mean, they had them both in the...
Yeah, you can still watch it. I can still watch it now, and you still get a good laugh out of it.
So my toddler and I were sitting there like, SpongeBob, yeah!
We once, when we did our web series, we had a guy on that was a pirate, and he fancied himself as being more of a Jack Sparrow, and we were like, a little more Patchy the Pirate.
Exactly. That's the kind of pirate I want to be.
Yeah. How many seasons did SpongeBob go for?
Oh, they're still going. I only care about the first 4 seasons. After that, I don't care about it anymore.
Oh, did it change after the
No,
first
it changed so much.
Yeah, because the original guy was no longer there, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, there's some very creative ideas with that. You never knew where it was going.
Yeah.
Do you remember one called Bill and Mandy?
Oh yeah, I love that one too. That was
my daughter loved that one.
That was a great
Well,
one.
they even had superheroes in there. They had their superhero under the sea.
Yeah. Barnacle Boy and
Barnacle Boy.
Mermaid Man.
Oh man.
Yeah, and they were like 70 years old.
I can literally talk about SpongeBob for hours.
I just preferred my late '60s Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
See, I like those too. I watch like classic Coyote, Wile E. Coyote, and
and I don't know if you remember Shazam. It was a cartoon about a genie, a little boy and girl that could put the ring together and summon a genie.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, or Moby Dick the whale.
Okay.
Mighty Mightor, the caveman with the club that would give him superpowers.
You watch a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, and our audience is going, what?
Yeah, it was great cartoons. Even though the quality of the animating wasn't as good, but it was creative.
They're cool, yeah.
Yeah, SpongeBob has to be probably in the top 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Cartoons of all time.
And that just blows my mind, because you probably have to put The Simpsons up there too, or South Park. Yeah, there's some things that I just don't consider like classic cartoons, but have a big audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, Looney Tunes and then the Disney, early days of Disney, especially when Mickey Mouse was a bit more wild.
Yeah.
When him and Donald Duck and Goofy.
Yeah, Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny.
Mighty Mouse and maybe cocaine.
My favorite was Underdog. Do you remember Underdog?
I think I heard the name.
Or Boris and Natasha, Bullwinkle and Rocky.
Bullwinkle and Rocky. That was another one my daughter and I watched.
And you have a collection of Underdog stuff.
Yeah, but a better one is Bullwinkle. I like Bullwinkle better than Underdog.
Yeah, I like Boris and Natasha. Yeah. So how can people get a hold of you? And I assume you're still welcoming people that have a thought about a commission.
Oh yeah.
You're not so busy that you're turning people away.
Oh no. I wish I had more commissions, but yeah, you can find me on Instagram, js93.art. Same with my YouTube and my website. But Instagram for commissions, just get in the DMs, shoot me an idea, we can get that ball rolling.
Nice. Well, thank you for being here so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Great guest
you.
for 2 weeks. And please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon so you know when we've uploaded another episode. Good night from the third chair.